Hey everybody, welcome back to Slackers Podcast. It is your host, Andrew, aka Slacker, here to tell you about Anchor at the top of the show. Let me explain a couple things about Anchor to you. It is free. They have creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. They will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and many more services. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place, and if you're interested to make a show like Slackers Podcast, please download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started making your show today. Hey everybody, Andrew here. A little quick side note, I guess, before the show starts. This is a very exciting episode for me. Had to make a few cuts here and there, but it is what it is. We do have a little bit of some wind again. Trust me, I'm working on getting the new microphone, but other than that, I think you're really going to enjoy this one because me and Caleb definitely did. So I hope everyone's having a great day, and please enjoy the show. Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Slackers Podcast. Today we've got a really special episode. I'm here with one of my bestest friends from middle school and high school, my old bandmate, here with Caleb Chappell. We've got a great show for you today, so without further ado, let's get started. At Slackers Podcast, we want good times to last. At Slackers Podcast, we don't talk too fast. And if you don't like the way I talk, then you can lick my ass, 'cause I didn't ask. It's my fucking podcast.
Yeah, what's up guys? Excited to be here.
Yeah, Caleb's a really, really good people person. He knows how to talk, so I think this is going to be a really nice episode today. We've got quite a bit to talk about. Like I said, one of my closest friends for a good long while.
Yeah, we go way back. We got a lot of stories.
Yeah. So basically, it was Miss Thornton's Algebra 1 class in like 7th or 8th grade. I don't think we started until 8th grade.
I think so, yeah. 7th or 8th grade.
So it was one of those, but
I actually think it was 7th because I got a C and I freaked out because I was a straight A student.
But she did say that I remember going to her orientation. She was like, yeah, well, some of these kids are going to make B's for the first time.
I thought that was just a scare factor.
Nah, man.
She didn't say nothing about C's.
Now that I've been through Calculus 3 4 times and failed each one, I know what she means. But anyway, I was approached by you and Matthew, or maybe it was just you.
I think it was me at first, and Matthew was just like, yes.
I was a cringy kind of kid because I would just bring my guitar to school for no reason. Like all the time. Just because, I don't know. If my Instagram name is Andrew Guitar Guy, or no.
Because you were good. That's why.
So the next thing I know, like, the coolest kid in class is coming up to me asking to be in a band with him. So I'm like, well, okay, this might work. Because I wanted to be in a band for a long time. It's always like a kid's dream. But so here was the caveat, was that we were going to do Christian music. Which is it's fine by me. It ended up being really fun. But I really wish we could have played like some Zeppelin, or something like that. And then Matthew just wasn't allowed to play the secular music.
Yeah.
I guess they don't care anymore, but it was a fun experience.
It was super fun, and that was some of the funnest times too, because it was like just at practice or when we were just hanging out playing some music. It was like, okay, we know these songs, just like because we mesh so well, and we just like jam out and play the most obnoxious songs. But but I'm like, where's the water? It was got
Oh man,
you had a helmet.
I remember getting taped to a pole in your basement.
Yeah, and then my brother came in with the taser, and I've never seen somebody run so fast and get absolutely nowhere.
We made our own mic stand out of a chair and tape. You remember that?
Yeah, an old computer chair, a broken drum snare, like
stand.
And then I had a good mic but no stand, and I was like, how are we gonna mount this? And it was like, I got a lot of tape.
I got a lot of scotch tape.
Yeah, scotch tape at that.
Oh man.
But that was, I think my favorite thing about that was like, you hear about people playing music, and if you play music you'll understand this, but it's like being so tight playing together. Like,
yeah.
And
that's no joke.
Literally we would show up, have a new song. None of us had even practiced the song because we were slackers.
Yeah. We would just look up the tabs and chords, and you just have the brain for the beat. The hashtag brain for the beat.
Brain for the beat. Yeah, y'all post this. And but it was like we'd play it one time and it would sound like we'd been practicing that for weeks. And it was like,
well, whenever we did have somewhere to go or somewhere to play, like publicly, we practiced a little harder though.
Yeah.
Which I guess we were kind of just doing it for fun a lot of the time, but we probably did 4 or 5 things, 3 or 4, that were pretty cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
Like for an audience, I remember we played in a church. We did the talent show at school, which I'm gonna have to release that video. Like, can you even see that video on YouTube?
I don't even.
It's
know.
on like my mom's YouTube channel, but she's got everything like on private.
Honestly, don't want to release that video because we're like such better musicians now, and that's gonna be like, who are these guys? These guys, because it was like our skill level, and then that.
Dude, we didn't even say the name. So the name of the band was Convicted, and our Facebook. We made a Facebook page, and we would like post like cool stuff on it and sign our name at the end, and put pictures and stuff. And I started doing this thing where I started calling the people who liked the page convicts.
But people loved it though.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was cool.
And oddly enough, I don't know if you're an admin on that page or not.
People still view it. I get notifications that it's like you have 3 or 4 new likes.
Like once or twice a week, we've got like a new view or a new like.
Yeah.
But we don't even play anymore.
Like I haven't accessed that page in probably 6 years, but people are still like, hey, I'm a convict.
I have half a mind to go on there and post like death metal videos.
Oh, don't do it.
No, I won't.
Don't do it.
But that's what we used to play was the Christian contemporary music, and I wrote a song once for us that's lost to time. But
it was good.
Do you remember it?
I do.
And
I don't remember the words or how it went, but I just remember like
sometimes it randomly pops in my head, and I could just like sing it in my head and jam. But now, as far as music goes, I just try to stay as not rusty as possible.
Yeah.
But you just were featured in a song, like a really professional sounding song that got released. So
yeah.
Who was that you did that with?
So that is actually my good buddy CL Smith, and I was like went through a time in my life just like it was hard, but I like overcame it, and just a lot of stuff went on that like a lot of pain and struggle, and a lot of like it was a beautiful thing coming out of it, seeing it, and it was like I really want to write a song about this, but I don't write music at all. And I wanted it to be like, I just felt like in my spirit like, hey, God wants me to write a song. And it was like, okay, if I feel that way, I don't write music, so I don't want it just to be words on a piece of paper and it's like, okay, it's done. So
then it would just be a poem.
Yeah. Basically, especially when you suck at that kind of thing. And so I like prayed about it for almost 2 months, and was like, okay, like I'm not even gonna think about the words, like. And I literally woke up one morning at 4 o'clock in the morning and wrote the entire song in 4 minutes.
There you go.
And I sent.
That's how the best songs are made. Is they just come right out.
Yeah. So I sent the lyrics over to CL, and she like called me and she's like, "What do you want? It's 4:30 in the morning." I was like, "Just check this out. Like it's an answer to prayer." And she's like, "Yeah, whatever." And it kind of bummed me out because like she's definitely not excited. And then I got a phone call at like 10:30 that following morning. She was like,
the same morning.
Yeah, like 6 hours later, after she'd woken up, and she was like, I didn't realize like the story behind that and like how beautifully written it was. And that's not like to stroke my back or ego or whatever. But
Right.
she was just like, truly, I know you didn't write this song. And she was like, I know you prayed about it because it was like, God, like, just the way it was written. She was like, and it's awesome to see how something you went through is written in a way that it can, like, anybody's story can match up to it and still get the same image out of it. So we did a recording at the church, and that was
Is there like
awesome.
a studio there? Because it sounded great.
Yeah, so it actually got recorded professionally.
Cool.
So her dad owns a studio called 8 Days a Week in Pennsylvania.
Hell yeah.
And he listened to what we did at the church, and he was like, that's awesome.
So you went to Pennsylvania to record?
I did. So he was like, I love what you're doing. And this was just like an acoustic set. She was on keys, I was on acoustic, and she sang, and I did like my little rap part. And I don't rap, but
Wait, that was you?
that was me, bro.
What?
See, it sounded good.
Yeah.
It sounded good.
I thought that was somebody else.
No, it was me.
Wow, man.
And
So I was like, oh yeah, you're just on the drums. That's cool.
Yeah.
Which is still awesome. But
Yeah.
now that I know that's you rapping,
Yeah.
that's cool, man.
so he was just like, I mic'd up and used the stuff at church and played what I wanted, and he brought in like an electric guitarist and just set it up really nice, and that was the final product, and he loved it so much. And it, like, he went through some similar stuff, and he was like, I'm doing this whole recording for you guys for free. So it's like, okay, God, like, I felt like this song is like, whether or not it ever goes anywhere, I don't have that expectation for it to.
Right.
But if it ever did, it's copyrighted, and I would get royalties off of it, which is cool.
Well,
But-
okay. So tell us the name of the song and where we can listen to it.
So it is on SoundCloud right now, and it's called Walls.
Okay.
So
And it's by CL.
C.L. Smith.
Yeah.
So
But also you. So
yeah. So
who else was involved in that other than you two?
that's it. Her dad mixed it.
Really?
So
So
and
it's
then
all,
some unknown electric guitarist popped in, and that may be her dad. I don't know.
Ah, okay.
I wasn't there for that recording.
Yeah,
or
because
for
there
the
was
final
there was
mix.
more than just singing and drums and
Yeah.
rapping. So,
So he did the organ, and that's how the song starts off, which is like, it's completely like doesn't mesh with the song,
Mhm.
but like
It works.
I love an organ, and it just like
Everyone loves an organ.
It sets the tone, and it's like, I don't know, you guys just got to listen to it, and it starts off slow, but just like it builds up, and it's awesome, and it finishes strong, and that's kind of what I was going for, just because it was like I started in such a rough patch, and at the end it was like a triumphant moment.
yeah, man.
So
That's really cool, man.
yeah.
Speaking of other cool things that you're doing, I didn't know this, but you literally just told me this today, that you started your own filming company.
I did.
Guys, he actually owns a business, okay? So, tell him about that if you would.
So yeah, I started a production company, and I've always loved making videos, just traveling and whatever. And I started out basically just on a GoPro, because it was like, growing up, we all looked at pictures, or if you were lucky enough, you saw like maybe a tape on a VCR that sucked.
Yeah.
But it was like, I mean, I want to have a family and kids one day, and it's like, I don't want to show them the same like pictures and stuff. So it's like, even if the quality sucks, it's like I wanted to put together a little video to show my kids one day and be like, hey, your dad was actually in shape at one point in his life.
I don't think you're ever
So-
not going to be in shape, first of all. I'm in shape, round shape.
But then I started working at Compassion Church, doing a lot of their, like, I run their online church as far as production goes. And then I had some contacts. They're like, hey, we want to, like, basically hire you to make some videos for us, and to be able to get paid, they're like, you're gonna have to have a business. And so that's kind of how it started. So I got an LLC, and it's called New Heights Production. So super excited.
How'd you come up
about
with
that.
the name?
So it was actually my girlfriend's idea, because I was like, I'm OCD, and I'm creative, but because I'm creative and OCD, it's like I spend way too much time on stupid things like that.
Right? No, trust me, I know. This whole podcast is that.
And she was like, I was like, I want it to be Christian based, but I don't want it to be so Christian based that it's like people look at it and it's like, oh, that's the only kind of work he does.
Yeah, so you want to be able to do more.
So that's why I love the idea of New Heights, because it's like, it's about capturing somebody's moment, and it's like taking it to the next level so they can have a memory, so they can go back and look and be like, I love this day. Like, whether it's a wedding, whether it's a day with the bros, whether it's as simple as a kid landing his first kickflip. Like, I mean, but it's like, it's cool to go back and, because it's like those peak life moments. It's just like, you feel so good in those moments, and then they just like, they go away like they never happened. But to have it on video and go back and relive it, it's like, that's why I like the New Heights, and I can push my story and my ministry behind that, and that's what it stands for. And but I didn't want it to be so, like, I guess, Christianized that it's like he only does videos for churches, because that's not what I do. I do everything, but I also didn't want to go so far away from the name that it didn't give credit to my ministry and that be the story behind it.
So how much are you going to charge to start our video podcast?
I would do it really cheap for you, bro.
Actually, so I really have been thinking about starting the Slackers YouTube channel, and not even just have the episodes on there with just like the logo and just the audio, but I wanted to start recording this stuff too. Maybe if I had a cool enough spot and like maybe I could set the room up somehow to look neat.
So, well, dude, I got you. I mean, you don't even know this, and you're probably about to get really excited.
Okay, what's up?
But, like, I have a professional grade setup. I have a green screen.
Oh, dude.
I have all the audio. I
can put big pictures up behind me.
I got 3 cameras, so we could have 3 camera angles going. So, but, I mean, I'm here to help you, bro. I
would love to watch Slackers grow. We only have 160 something listens total over like 6 episodes.
Now.
Yeah. But it's only I drive around with the van, and when I did DoorDash like last month, I was handing out mints and little thank you notes and like listen to my podcast, you know? So and every time I go out, I try to talk about it with people. So I don't know. They took down my sign at one bar. I think I made them mad, so they took it down. I was like looking.
You got barred.
Yeah, I did. I got disbarred.
That's funny.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about logistics later.
Yeah, man, not on the show. Come on.
But, yeah.
What is the lamest thing you do when no one else is around?
The lamest thing I do, dude. I'm a total bum, honestly.
What the hell?
Not like. That's my favorite thing in the world, though. Like,
just being a bum.
Just being a bum. Like,
what do you mean?
So many times in my life, it's like, dude, I'll work 70, 80 hours a week, and there was a point, me and my brother, we started a hemp farm and started a CBD company this last year. And
you and Carter started a business. So how many businesses do you own?
Right now, 2. But it was like, dude, we were working like 100+ hours a week. Anyways, we just. Like, being a bum, there's so many points. It's just like, dude, I want to go to the beach and just be homeless and kick it. And it's like,
wouldn't it be nice to have like an Airstream, or not even like maybe like an Astro van, and just go like hippie paint it and go like sleep on the beach?
That it's funny you say that. That's like literally top 3 bucket list. I want to get one of those, like either a hippie van or one of those like nice Mercedes looking vans. Completely gut it. Put in a bed and make like a tiny home and just hit the West Coast for like 2 months.
My van actually has no seats in the back, so I've been thinking about just throwing an air mattress in there and just like going somewhere. But I gotta go to work, so I can't do that.
So yeah,
it would be hilarious though. I'm always like, I got a plan B, no matter what. I can just sleep in the back of my van. But okay, so when you say I'm a bum, that means you just like to laze around and like just chill. That's the lamest thing you do?
So
that's pretty cool. That's not lame.
I don't know. I like music, so I mean, doing all this stuff, it's like there's so many tedious things, and working in ministry, it's like there are no days off. I'm supposed to technically I work 3 days a week when you look at the books, but I'm there 8 out of 7 days. So
8 days a week.
8 days a week. And so it's like And a lot of the time, like, there's so much going on, and behind the scenes at a church, there's so much stuff people don't realize that takes place to make a Sunday happen.
Well, yeah, I've always thought about that a little bit.
It's like everybody has their to-do list, but everything works together as a team. And it's like I'll walk in and work 8 hours a day, and it's like I'm exhausted, but I feel like I got a lot done. And I'll look at my checklist of things I'm supposed to do, and I didn't even do the first thing. And it's like, crap.
I'm a big list guy. I have to have a list, especially when I'm in school. I use Post-it notes, and I'll literally write down 7 o'clock, wake up. By 7:30, be ready for the entire day. Like, I'll write this down.
Yeah.
8 o'clock, go to class. 9 o'clock, get some food. Like, I'll write down every single thing I'll do in a single day at school when I'm at school. Now, here at home, when I gotta work, I know I'm gonna wake up and go to work. I might get to chill, play a video game, edit the podcast. But it sounds like you don't really do anything lame in your own time. But so the lamest thing I do is I really like to cut my nails, and I like to file my nails.
So this is, I can't even believe I'm like saying this, but it's like, dude, I like I don't even want to. But
you don't have to.
I love getting. I don't do it often, but but I look for reasons to go, like, tell my girlfriends, like, you want to go get pedicures? It's like
so you like to get pampered yourself, huh?
I've done it maybe twice in the last 2 years, but like no,
yeah, no.
Not. But
something just popped into my head. Now it's gone. Life is fleeting, such as that moment. Dude, I want to talk about your car, man, because I totally forgot what you drive, and when I saw what was in the driveway today, I remembered. Oh yeah, I'm dealing with Caleb today. So I drive this shitty van. You've probably seen it on the Instagram. I paid $500 for it. This guy drives it looks like, I thought it was the Batmobile when he first got it, and he's had it now for
right at 5 years.
So it's a Camaro. It's a black 2015 Camaro. Anything else you could tell me about it?
So it's blacked out 100%, and it's just the LS model. And it's a V6, which kind of sucks, but everybody thinks it's a V8. So I'm just like, I just don't tell them.
That's fine. It still goes fast.
But it still goes fast. But I'm a manual guy. I love it. It's my baby. Her name's Courtney.
Oh, really?
So she's around front, so she can't hear me say this. But but I love it. I'm wanting to get rid of her and trade her just because it's an automatic, and I love driving a manual, feeling your car, and just it's a whole different experience driving, just because it's like you're literally in every bit of control of the car rather than
what I want is a Tesla, man. Bad. That's like my dream car. Like, I basically worship Elon Musk. Not really, but like I really like him. Have you heard of Neuralink?
I have.
How do you feel about Neuralink?
So now y'all don't judge.
We're going on like 3 different tangents now. So.
Yeah. So I don't know a lot about it. I've just watched a couple things on TikTok or Instagram or something.
Yeah.
But like, honestly, the reason I know about it is just because of the stock market, and I threw some money at it. And
I only got $50 in the stock market. That's all I got.
So, but it's incredible, and this is kind of off topic, but it is the same thing. But my thoughts just behind it is like, dude, it blows me away, some of the stuff they're doing.
Neuralink,
like,
or just
anything Tesla, Neuralink too. But it's like, dude, smartphones came out.
Not looking good today on the stocks.
Not looking good. I'm down in the stock market. I went from plus a couple $100 to like plus 25 this morning. But it's like smartphones and stuff came out literally when we were in middle school. Like
about 6th grade was like when I heard people talking about. Well, my dad got a Droid, but I got this shitty flip phone. Like,
but that was like such an advancement in technology, and it's like any new car you buy now, it's like it comes with touch screens, and it's like Tesla's like you don't even gotta drive. And
I know there are confirmed 2 people with a Tesla in Dixon. I think I've seen probably two more. I think I've seen about 4 different ones here in Dixon, So they're getting popular. I think more people are going to get into it, man. And
I
what
do
kills
too.
me about the Tesla's design is that there's not a vent on the front because it doesn't need it
Yeah.
because it's all electric,
Right.
which is super cool to me. It looks super unique. And if I had one, it'd be yellow. I
Yellow.
want the yellow one.
He's starting a new Transformer. It's called the Tesla. Something.
Whatever, yeah. But it is crazy that you mentioned the smartphones because no one really even acknowledges this, but like they just came out.
Yeah.
Like 15 years ago, I think the iPhone 1 came out. That's it.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen an iPhone 1?
I did. I did.
This is like we're talking. Have you ever seen a Tyrannosaurus Rex?
Basically, it was like
Shit is huge. It's fat and it's heavy and it's terrible. You can't even have iOS 7 on it. What
Yeah.
the heck?
I actually was cleaning out some stuff for my camera equipment, and I found I have the first like MacBook,
Oh, really?
and I want to sell it because like, but then
Dude,
at the
keep
same
it.
time I was like, I should probably keep this. It might be a collector's item.
No,
one day.
I wouldn't even sell it, man. I'm into old tech, so you can find a utilitarian use for it if you really wanted to. But what I do with my video game consoles is I just put them on display. They're in my closet right now. I just put them here. But I'll just set them out and just look at them because they're pretty and they're cool.
Yeah.
But that old, is it the thick white
It's the thick
with like the weird clear
Yeah,
plastic on the
yeah.
top? Yes.
the
Yeah.
light barely comes on because it's so old in the front.
Yeah.
It's like I think it's on. Somebody turn off the light so I can see if it's glowing.
Well, okay. What is the coolest thing that you own that you just like prize so much? That's not necessarily a new thing, but like an old thing.
An old thing.
A lot of dead air here. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're putting me on the spot, bro. Does it have to be
It
technology?
doesn't have to be. Just something cool and old that no one else has.
God. So one thing I have, the first thing that popped into my head is I have the original PlayStation 1.
Ooh,
So
I got one of those.
You're stealing my thunder, bro.
Sorry, man.
But
we,
no,
can be,
like,
we can be thunder
it's-
buddies. Don't
yeah,
worry
we
about
can.
it.
But it's like that's cool. I never play it. Can't tell you the last time I hooked it up. It's probably been since I was in middle school, but I won't ever sell it. Like,
Is it the blocky gray one?
yeah, or it's got the round
Yeah.
flip on the top. But I actually got it for my birthday which was kind of funny because my parents bought me a PlayStation 2 for my birthday, and somebody else gave me their PlayStation 1. So I was like, 2 PlayStations, let's go!
The PS1 has some really cool games on it. I don't know
Yeah.
if you've ever. I've got the PS Classic. Maybe we can check that out before you head out later. But I've got it, so it's like this big. It's not
Okay.
it's not like the size of the real one. It's about a quarter of the size, and I've got it decked out with. I've got a flash drive that you could put in it that has like every PlayStation game on it.
That's awesome. So like a Fire Stick for games, basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's cool.
And it can also play like Nintendo games, like the really old stuff.
That's awesome.
So I've got 2 different flash drives.
Don't lose them.
Nope.
Make sure you eject those things.
I used to have them on a keyring, so now they're just loose. But so we were talking about stocks very briefly earlier. I don't know what you've got in it. We don't have to talk about that. But I want you to know how little money I have in the stock market. I have $48 total. I just sold my Facebook shares last week. You know how many shares of Tesla I have?
I would say probably like a third of a share.
I have 0.004695 shares. I don't even have half a share of Tesla.
I don't either. I think, well, that's not true. I think I have like 0.74 or something like that. And
I don't understand. It seems like Tesla's doing pretty terrible because it's down 4% today. I'm down $19 on my initial investment on Tesla.
so that's one of those things. It's like, and the stock market's weird because like Elon Musk can come on, and which SpaceX is.
I don't like calling him Ellen because it reminds me of that bitch from TV.
But it was like SpaceX shot their prices through the roof, and they just went through. I get Apple and Tesla's mixed up because they did it on the same day. But I think Tesla was a five-way split.
Nah,
or was theirs the 4?
Apple's was the 4-1, and Tesla's was 3-1.
Are you sure?
Well,
I think it was a 5-1.
Tesla was more expensive. I can look at my messages.
Either way, it was like that's such a big thing, but everybody is pushing Tesla and everybody's buying, and that's why it dropped out. But it's like I'm by no means like I'm not a broker, I'm not anything like that. But my personal opinion is like don't sell that, hang on to it because even if
it's only going to go up eventually.
Even if you hold on to it for 2-3 years, like that $48 could turn into $480.
I've only been in for about a month, and I only put like $25 into it. So I'm not actually down $19 on Tesla. That's just what it's actually gone down by. But they were the one that did the 5-for-1, and Apple did the 4-for-1. I don't even understand. So we got more important stuff to talk about, but you seem to have a little bit more of a knowledge base about the market. What does it mean whenever a stock splits like that?
So, and again, like I'm new to this, and anything I say, like,
well, you're not newer. You're not newer than me. I'm new. So.
Yeah. So, basically, what it means is, so like if I think their share price was close to like $2,000.
It was over.
So they split it into. So if you had one share of Tesla at $2,000, whatever it was. Now
you have 5 for like
you
200.
have 5 shares if you had one, which the price may be $200-$300 now, but if it goes back up to $2,000, if you had $2,000 with one share, now you have 5 shares.
Okay,
and
so
it'd be worth $10,000.
But I don't understand.
Is.
Like, how does that change anything? Like, because if you just divide it up and lower the price. Everyone's got more shares, but they're all the same value they were the day before anyway.
Just the stock market's like, I don't want to say a fluke, that's the wrong verbiage, but it's it's just numbers in the air. And basically, but think how many people bought more stock because the price went down. So really,
so they made a lot of money.
It's just a way for them to get more money, for them to
grow and
then buy you. I mean, the prices suck right now, but like the way the company's growing and everything they're doing, and I think as soon as these cyber trucks come out, I think the prices are gonna shoot right back up.
I need to buy some Ford before the Bronco comes out.
So Ford's low right now. I think it's
I think Ford's like $6. Yeah.
But the Bronco's sweet. I've never been a Bronco fan. And
that's what I drove. Do you remember? That was my ride.
And I want one.
They're cool, man.
They're cool.
You know, I listen to a lot of Joe Rogan, so I know I parrot a lot of what he says on this show, just a little bit. I'll talk about something I thought was interesting, but I heard on his episode with Post Malone recently, he's got a 1972 Bronco with what they call the Coyote swap. Do you know what that is? Mm-hmm. That's where they put a modified Mustang engine into a Bronco.
That's awesome.
And it makes it go better.
Obviously, we're tech savvy with cars.
Yeah, and I'm sorry about we're probably gonna get hot by the end of this. So
it's all good. I love being outdoors.
Yeah, me too. Just I can't see my screen. I couldn't see it anyway because my screen is shattered on every device I own. This happened like yesterday, by the way.
Oh, that's the worst feeling ever.
Yeah, my phone screen. And I got to swap carriers soon, too, because no one in my family wants to be on Mexican Sprint anymore. But, so you said that you wanted to talk about Etho Blue, and you're wearing the shirt today for it.
Yeah.
So what is Etho Blue?
So Etho Blue is an all-outdoor water sports apparel company.
Okay.
And so I'm actually an ambassador for them, and I take some cool Instagram pictures, and that's kind of falls in line with my filming company. And so check me out. It's Caleb_adventure. You can see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we'll put your song and your film company and this all in the description.
Yeah.
So you'll just send it to me later.
Yeah. So they just liked a couple of my pictures and reached out and was like, hey, would you be interested in being an ambassador? And I was like, heck yeah, because as a kid, it's like always wanted to be sponsored. I used to skateboard, and that was one of those.
I remember when you skated.
That was like one of those deep desires that I never told anybody, but it's like I want to be sponsored by Etny or Nike or
man.
whatever.
Adidas, dude.
Yeah, just something.
I'm wearing Cole Haan right now. I don't know if you know that brand.
And they, but it was cool. It was like, and I like wakeboard, I snowboard, anything around the water. I just like, I love being like a fish. Basically, I grew up on the water. My middle name's a lake for a reason,
dude. The videos that you have posted and done about wakeboarding and the flips that you do, and the ones with you and Carter now are really cool. Where you work together to make the shot. That's cool as hell, I gotta say. And I went out on a boat with you and your dad and Matthew, the other guitar and singer for Convicted, and Jared, who's a good friend of ours. We all went out. I was the only one that couldn't stand up on the wakeboard. And I also totally ate shit and fell flat on my back off of like a 30-foot diving board that day.
I remember that.
And I hurt for the rest of the day.
That's awesome.
But I couldn't stand up on the thing, and I don't think I could do it now either.
You could. I'm a great teacher. I've taught over.
Well, you weren't that day.
Maybe I just liked watching you try.
No, it was probably the most boring part of the day. It's like, oh, Andrew can't get it up. What's new?
Oh God. But
I know I'm crazy. I'm sorry.
So they just like reached out, and they were like fresh on the books, just started their company, and I was all in just because I like lived that kind of lifestyle. Yeah. And they reached out, and I was like, sure. And then I started looking at their ambassador list, and I was the only person that didn't really have anything to bring to the table, because they were like either a professional athlete or competed on like an amateur tour league, to where they were like they could post one picture and push the brand to thousands and thousands of people at events. And it was like, I'm just like a small town boy from Dixon. But that being said, it was like, I want to show these guys I'm serious and I love the brand. And so I took a ton of pictures for them, and like went to a couple waterfalls and got some nice content for them. And
yeah, man,
they like called me up like a month and a half later and was like, we appreciate everything you've done, and you really like showed us what this brand is about and got us excited about it, because that's what it's all about. Yeah. And it's like like you brought excitement to, even if you're just sitting by the pool, like just the water aspect of it.
Honestly, a lot of that has to do, dude, with like your personality and just how you are. I just also have to say, you've been absolutely smashing this taffy.
Don't give away my secrets, bro.
Hey, everyone, the secret to success is taffy. And bangs.
And they got really crappy jokes on the wrappers.
Well, okay, speaking of crappy jokes, I'm glad you said that, because I want to do some more Norm jokes. Last time we did this was with Matt in one of the first episodes of the show, so we're going to do it again. Are you ready, Matt?
I guess.
This is from normjokes.com, and if you got your phone on you?
I do.
All right, I want you to go to that website, normjokes.com.
Okay.
I'm going to read you one really quickly. So, my brother-in-law is so stupid, he came up with a bucket list. Do you know what the first thing on the bucket list was? Committing suicide.
Dude, that's dark. That's so dark.
So now some of these are bad, and what you do is you just hit the button to skip if you don't like it.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh, that's too bad. I can't say that one.
Oh, gosh. Dude, that killed my vibe almost. I feel... Who'd you say whose list this was?
This is Norm Macdonald. He's one of the best comedians.
Well, his brother's got some issues. And if y'all see Norm's brother, y'all lay a hand on him and pray for a fellow, because he's going through some hard stuff right now.
No, I think he's just an idiot.
Gosh.
Okay. A new study, you're going to like this one. You ever watch Knight Rider?
I have seen Knight Rider.
A new study shows that 37% of people talk to their car. I know I do. It's the first study ever conducted by the International Organization of David Hasselhoff. Knight Rider, man.
I know.
I told you, some of them are bad.
I don't even have words to come back to that.
So just keep skipping it so you find one that you think is funny. I don't want fancy things or fancy schmancy things. I don't even want fancy schmancy wancy things or fancy schmancy take a trip to Francie things. What I want is wasting your time and my time.
Oh,
yeah, we'll let you get a couple in.
Let's see.
Oh, man. But, I mean, everyone should know Norm Macdonald is absolutely my favorite. Probably not my favorite comedian, but he's up there.
This one isn't even that funny, but I kind of like it. It says, if I could add one president to Mount Rushmore, it would be James Polk. Just because I'm interested to know what he looked like.
That is funny. You know, he's from Tennessee.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, no more Norm jokes.
Well, I'm 1%, so.
Oh, shoot. What is that, an iPhone?
Yeah.
I don't got a charger for
I
you. I
forgot to charge it last night, so.
Well, that was a good Norm jokes
little
session.
Norm session.
So we're getting close to the end here, but I wanted to talk to you about what's been on your screen lately. What have you been watching? I know you mentioned Arrow. You said you don't have a lot of time, and it doesn't seem like you have a lot of time to watch anything.
No.
But you've been watching Arrow.
I have. So I'm not even like I'm a very action kind of person. Like, I want the whole time to be on the edge of my seat, and if I do watch anything, it's like I'll turn it on at 10:30 and watch an episode and gotta crash by 11:30, and usually I'll miss half the episode. And
Yeah.
I'm not a DC person at all, Marvel, anything like that, but I like action, so if it's good, it's good. But that being said, it was like I turned on Arrow not even knowing that it was based off of a comic book.
Right.
And one of my buddies recommended it, and like I turned it on one night. I was like, I'll watch one episode. This was like I had some free time for once, and this was like at 7:30. It's like, dude, I'm gonna be asleep by 9. Like, yes. And I just remember like looking over at my phone, and it was 3:45 in the morning, and I was like,
you must have watched like an entire season.
I was like on episode 6 or 7, and I was like, dude, this show's amazing. Like, and he said, oh, the first season sucks. It's terrible. I was like, no, it doesn't.
But it was good, right?
Yeah.
It got you hooked in.
So like. I was like, there's no way it can get better than season 1. Like, I'm addicted. Like,
I used to talk major trash on Arrow, actually. My brother used to watch it, and I'd be like, why are you watching this stupid show? Why are you watching this? It's so dumb. But then I would catch myself, like, just standing up, looking at the screen.
Yeah.
And look at my watch. What am I doing? Watch this. I don't like it. But it's actually good.
It's good. So, I like the fact that it's not... Because a lot of movies, it's like you can kind of foreshadow and see, like, okay, this is how it's going to end. Right. And there's so many, like, twists and turns that you think that was going to happen, and it's so different from what you thought, but it's action-y the whole time. So it's like...
Yeah.
And they end every episode on a cliffhanger, so that's why it's like if you watch one episode, you might find yourself 6 episodes in. You're like, crap. And that's like... when being a bum kicks in.
There you go, yeah. The lamest thing you do in your free time is watch TV.
I don't even think it's the lamest thing. I think I just love relaxing.
Well, now we've come full circle, though,
yeah,
in the show. So, I haven't watched a lot of TV or movies lately. Last thing I really watched in earnest was Uncut Gems. Have you heard of that movie?
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
It's good, but like... I think it's a great movie, but my expectations for what it was going to be and what it was, I was honestly let down.
Really?
Yeah. I thought it was a great movie, but
I'm exactly the opposite.
Really?
Yeah, I thought this was going to suck, and then it was really good.
See, there was 2 or 3 different trailers, I think.
I didn't see any trailers.
And I could be wrong on that. I just remember seeing the trailer and was like, I was like, this is going to be awesome. Adam Sandler is like... It's always funny, and it was that movie wasn't funny.
Not at all.
And it was, which he did a great job in the movie, but it was like the trailer I watched, every good part in the movie was in the trailer. So that's why.
See, I don't watch trailers anymore, unless it's like a new Spider-Man or something. I'll watch.
If I didn't watch the trailer, I think I would have like loved the movie. But I set my expectations so high based off the trailer, and then it was like literally every part I was excited to see, I've already seen. Just so
I get that.
But it's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's not one I would go to and be like and watch over and over again, but I would definitely recommend somebody to watch it at least once.
God, you know what I hate talking about on the show is COVID.
COVID?
Yeah, because it dates the show and then it like reminds everybody that this happened, you know? But here we are, we're talking about it. You said something about going to a movie. What's interesting is that no one's releasing movies to theaters right now, but our movie theater opened back up.
Did it?
And yeah, and they're playing old movies. Like
cool.
I saw on the marquee, it said Harry Potter 6, Back to the Future, and like an old Batman movie, and like a couple others, and like something for the kids, like Monsters Inc. or something old like that. So that's interesting that they would. I guess they've just got the film like just ready to roll.
Yeah.
So I almost got a job there once.
Really?
Almost, because everyone was working there.
Yeah.
Back in high school. Yeah.
What's cool about the Roxy 8? And I don't know how true this is. Somebody told me this, but I heard that they don't fire people. Like, they just keep adding to their staff, and they just don't give people hours. So they just assume they're fired.
So if you're like, oh, I quit, they're like, well, you don't really, though.
You're trapped.
Yeah, I've heard a handful of stories about that place myself.
So I love the Roxy. Super nice theater. And overpriced candy, though.
Overpriced candy?
Yeah, I'm a candy man. I'm sitting here.
I thought you were talking about your taffy.
No, that's why I eat taffy, dude. You can get 3 for $1.
It's not. That's no Laffy Taffy though, or is it? Oh, it actually is Laffy Taffy. The best flavor, that's banana, wouldn't you say?
That I love blue raspberry the best, but I love banana anything, like banana bread and banana muffins.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like, everybody, we're coming to the end of the show today, which is very, very sad. But I think we've talked about everything we can talk about today. So, again, I was here with Caleb today. We just took the selfie for the Insta. And we hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. And you look great today, by the way. I'd like to shout out to my non-existent sponsors. Remember, we added one, Raycon. Also, shout out to the Cash App. Shout out to the Flask Cap, and shout out to the Ass Flaps. Those aren't real. But thank you ever so much for listening. This has been the Slackers Podcast. I'm your host, Andrew, and Caleb, would you like to sign us off?
Absolutely. Guys, I appreciate you listening. Thank you so much, Andrew, for having me on the show. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's good just catching up. We used to be homies, and life just got in the way as it does with everybody else. But keep your friends close. Keep your best friends closer. Stay in touch. Thank you for having me on. You guys have a great day, and peace out.
That's a wrap.